the Active Plant Nematologist Network. Somebody's got their mic on. Okay, I think let's try that. I can just hear an echo. All right, that's better. Thank you also to the Active Plant Nematologist Network for their part in publicizing this event across the globe. At last count, I counted 45 different countries. So fantastic. But really, our biggest thank you does go to the participants attending here today. So it's really fantastic having you all with us, and we really look forward to a very informative webinar. It's you folks that join us, that make time available, that join us, that makes this event so fruitful and rewarding to all of the participants, and including the panelists. Now, just a quick comment. I know that webinar professionals will tell you that webinars should be kept to a maximum of 40 minutes with a bit of time for questions and answers. But I think that, under the circumstances that we find ourselves with this global COVID-19 pandemic, you'll forgive us for scheduling a 2.5-hour session. So we really hope that you will be able to hang in. I know the guys from India, for example, it's heading after 10 o'clock at night to their time. So we really do appreciate you joining us, and hopefully you can stay on. We've got a great panel, and we've got a great number of topics that we want to cover. Today we have this really fantastic panel covering diverse crops and regions. And I want to say an absolute special welcome and thank you to the panelists that we have speaking today. We really do appreciate you taking time to share with us your knowledge and expertise from many, many years and slog in the field of nematology. So thank you very much indeed. As far as the participants are concerned, if you look at your screen, at the very bottom, you will see a Q&A feature. So please feel free to ask questions of any panelists by clicking on that Q&A. And then the other thing is we will also be monitoring the chat. So any questions on the chat, we will also try and work into the Q&A session. You'll see that on the program here, we do have a Q&A at the end. We will try and work through as many of the questions that we have during that session. And if we fail to do that, please rest assured that if you've recorded your question, we will get back to you at a later date with communications by email to try and answer and address your questions. Guys, all the participants that are hanging in there with us, I see that we've still got 163 soldiers staying lockstep with us. We've run a little bit over time. So what I'm going to suggest is that we go straight into the next presentation. Melly and I have been communicating. We have a copy of all the questions, and we know who they are from. And we will work with the panelists to get answers on those questions. I think, being respectful of the panelists and the time that they've put into this, let's do that with the questions, and then we'll have time to wrap up here with a presentation from Shrikant. The title of the presentation is Management of Root Knot Nematodes in Pomegranate. Shrikant is also from Adama. He is the product development leader for fungicides and nematicides in India. He lives in Pune city in Maharashtra province of India. He has 11 years of experience in agricultural development, and he has a postgraduate degree in agrochemicals and completed an MBA in product leadership. He joined Adama back in 2011, and prior to that was with DuPont in India. Interestingly enough, Shrikant, other than spending time with his family, enjoys traveling, painting, and also acting. So I'm going to look for some Bollywood movies and see whether I can see Shrikant in those. With that, Shrikant, over to you. Thank you very much for your patience, and we look forward to learning more about pomegranates.
Okay, thank you, Daniel, and it is a very nice introduction. And India, we are close to 1 a.m. and we started the next day. So I'm just starting my presentation without wasting any time. So I'm presenting today the management of root knot nematode in pomegranate. I hope that everybody is safe and healthy during this pandemic. And I request all you to take care in this corona pandemic. Pomegranate belongs to family Punicaceae and it's a native of Iran. Pomegranate is one of the favorite edible fruits we all know from the tropical and subtropical regions. It is suitable for growing under arid and semi-arid regions due to versatile adaptability, hardy nature, low cost of maintenance, and high yield with a good quality. Pomegranate is a high value crop and its entire tree is a great economic importance. Apart from its demand for fresh fruit and juice, the processed products like a wine, easy to eat arils are also gaining importance in the world trade. In the past years, its nutritional value and health benefits increased, and in pandemic, it is also increased the demand of pomegranate in India as well as in the international market. And this is about the pomegranate. So as I mentioned, it is like a equal healthy benefits like an apple. So it's like a pomum and granatus. Pomum means apple and granatus. Granny means seeds. Is having a equal health benefits like an apple. So if you see the pomegranate in India, pomegranate cultivation has become a boom in Indian farmers in arid regions, and India become the world's largest producer of pomegranates. India is the only country I can say who can deliver the pomegranates all year around, and it is because of our climate. The best known varieties from India like a Bhagwa, Super Bhagwa, and recently the Solapur Lal, they are really good quality, sweet. They are sweet and good quality. India also export the destinations in Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. Though India is the largest producer of pomegranate, but the productivity of pomegranate in India is very, very low. If you can see and compare with other countries, the India's productivity is 6.2 metric ton per hectare. And the main concern in the production and productivity of pomegranate is prone to the attack of several biotic and abiotic stresses, of which diseases caused by the plant parasitic nematodes are one of the limiting factors in successful and profitable crop cultivation. So what are the reasons behind the persistent nematode problem in pomegranate in India? We have the spread of nematode itself from the nurseries. There is a continuous moisture due to the drip irrigation and production throughout the year. And the most important, there is a low awareness about the nematodes in the farming community. And the last, there is no perfect solution available in India for the management of the root knot nematodes in the pomegranate. What are the above ground symptoms of nematode infestation? It is always mistaken for macro and micronutrient deficiency or the moisture stress. It is observed stunted growth, yellowing of leaves, reduction in the number of fruits, reduction in the size of fruits, death of the young plants, and also the wilting of affected plants as the nematode initiate and aggravate the disease complex. So these are the few photographs from the field that how the symptoms are visible above the ground. The last one is the affected by the wilt, but it is starting from the yellowing, then less number of fruits, and some part of trees showing the yellowing of leaves, dropping of leaves, and then the entire plant is affected by the secondary infection. What are the below ground symptoms of nematode infestation? There are formation of root galls, rotting of roots due to secondary infection. There are stubby roots. If you check the roots, feeder roots below the drippers, they are stubby and there is no white root development. It is also under the dripper. So the symptoms look like on the feeder roots as shown in the photograph. The galls are visible. And there are a lot of work is carried out by our nematologists in India. So it is confirmed it is a Melodygina incognita infecting the pomegranate from long years. So therefore, it is important to keep the root knot nematode infestation as minimum as possible. Though several control options have been proposed, it is still impossible to produce pomegranate for maximum yield without protection with synthetic pesticides. The application of chemical nematicide has been found as an effective measure for the control of nematode, but less effective chemical nematicide is available in the Indian market. So Adama is come up with fluensulfone, and it is registered in India in 2016-17. It is registered in 4 crops. The one is pomegranate, then tomato, cucumber, and okra. The formulation of fluensulfone registered in India is a 2% GR. It's a granular formulation. With a view to find out the effectiveness of this nematicide against the root knot nematode in pomegranate, the few trials are conducted not only with the scientists. We also carried out some of the research trials at a farmer field. So there are 4 different locations. The trials were conducted in Maharashtra, and it is well known that Maharashtra is a bowl of pomegranate plantation, and trials are carried out in the Solapur district. So I'm just sharing few of the information, the important results from the trial. So treatments are the T1 is untreated, T2 fluensulfone 2% GR, 40 gram per plant. Then T3 is a carbofuron 3% granules, the same 40 gram per plant. And it is compared T4 with the Bacillomyces liliaceus, the 1 liter per acre. The materials and methods are the present experiment is carried out in the root knot nematode infected field at a 4 different locations. We selected the randomly 100 plants per field, and the replications are 5. Observation on root knot index was taken at 30, 60, 90, and 150 days after application. And the rating we used is 0 to 10. Observation on fruit count and fruit size also recorded on 90 and 150 days after application, and 90 days. The fruit size is recorded on the 90 days after application, and the yield is recorded at the time of harvest. So there are 2 yields. One yield is taken at a 150 days and the another one is a 180 days after application. And the phytotoxicity observations also recorded. So if you see the root gall root knot index, just moving the panel. The effect on the treatments on root knot index in pomegranate at 30 days. If you see the table, it is mentioned in the table. There is a lowest root knot index is recorded in fluensulfone 2% GR. after 30 days after application, that is 0.5. And if you see the carbofuran 3G and Bacillomyces liliaceus recorded root knot index 3.7 and 4.35 respectively, and they are found equally effective and at par with each other. The untreated exhibited the highest, that is 5.75 root knot index. Below, these are the photographs. The root knot index is taken from below the drippers. Then on 60 days and 90 days, if you see after 60 days after application, the lowest root knot index is recorded again in the fluensulfone 2% GR, that is 1.4. And the next promising treatments are observed carbofuran and Bacillomyces, as mentioned in the table number 3. And the similar trend is observed on 90 days after application also. So these are few of the photographs from each treatment at 60 days and 90 days after application. Then coming to the 150 days after application, there is again the lowest root knot index is recorded in 2% GR, fluensulfone 2% GR, that is a 2.8. And if you see the carbofuran and Bacillomyces, they are not found much effective, and they recorded 7.8 and 8.25. And if you see the untreated, at 150 days after application, they are all at par with each other, except fluensulfone 2% GR. So coming to the number of fruits per plant in pomegranate in all of the treatments, the data on the fruit count per tree at 90 days and 150 days after application is clearly indicating that the efficacy of various nematicides against the root knot nematode is reflected on the number of fruits per tree. And if you see the 2% GR is showing the highest number of fruits per tree if we compare with carbofuran and Bacillomyces over untreated. Then coming to the fruit size, that fruit size also recorded at 90 days after application, and it is showing the maximum fruit size is recorded in fluensulfone 2% GR, and that is a 7.60 centimeter at 90 days after application. Now the yield, the pool data of pomegranate fruit yield indicated that the significantly highest yield, that is 24.06 and 10.42 kg per tree, is recorded in the treatment of fluensulfone 2% GR. Then the second highest fruit yield was recorded in the carbofuran 17.48 and 8.2. But if you see the difference between the carbofuran and fluensulfone 2% GR, there is a much big difference. And the minimum yield is recorded in the untreated. So it clearly indicates that the application of fluensulfone 2% GR is directly benefiting to the farmer by getting the good quality, not only good quality, the fruits, highest yield, the number of fruits also highest in the fluensulfone 2% GR. So this indicates that the 2% GR, the result and yield quality parameters of fruits are shown that fluensulfone 2% GR enhancing the fruit size and fruit yield compared to other treatments, and it's directly increasing the farmer income through good price value in the market by prime quality of fruits. Good yield and prime quality of fruits may possible due to the initial and long-term nematode suppression by chemical which provide good passage of nutrient supply from the soil and overall healthy growth of the plant. And we not recorded any kind of a phytotoxicity in any of the treatment due to not only the application of fluensulfone 2 GR, but the carbofuran and Bacillomyces also. So it is concluding that from the above results, it can be concluded that fluensulfone 2% GR at the rate 40 gram per plant was found highly effective in controlling the root knot nematode in pomegranate without any adverse effect on the crop vigor. This novel chemical gives the constant performance in all 4 locations over the long time period with a prime quality fruit and higher yield. I'm just flashing few of the photos from the experiment, and it is visible that the fluensulfone 2% GR is showing a very good white root development. Even the gall-free roots are there, and in untreated and carbofuron there are stubby small roots and there is no white root development is observed. These are the full trees photographs in untreated. The same thing untreated. It is clearly visible there is a difference in the fruit size and the color. Some fruits are behind, some fruits are went to the maturity. This is a carbofuron 3% granules, the same, and this is the fluensulfone 2% GR. The good quality fruits, equal number of equal size fruits, then all fruit setting is happen at a right time. So these are the important highlights from the treatment fluensulfone 2% GR when it is applied to pomegranate at 40 gram per plant. So this is from my side. If having any question, it can be you can write to me on the email given, and I can be reached at the cell phone here for because there are a lot of participants from India, and maybe there are a lot of questions also. So thank you very much. And at last, I want to thank you, Pablo, for this invitation, and Daniel for inviting us from India. And also from India, I would like to thank Dr. B.A. Patel, Senior Nematologist and ex-professor and Head Department of Nematology, AU Anand, Dr. Pradeep Kulkarni, who is the Head of Product Development, Adama, India, Mr. Bruno, Senior Professor and Product Development, Adama. So thank you very much for this opportunity given to me. And if having any questions, I'll be here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Sikrant. Kudos to you. And staying so late at night.
Yeah, Shrikant, thank you very much, and all of the participants and panelists from across the globe. We've really enjoyed that tremendous amount of information that's been shared today by all of the panelists, and we thank you all. We've still got 142 participants that are tuned in, and that is really amazing, and we thank all of you, and we wish you all of the very best. We will get you answers to the questions. Mali, Pablo, and I will work with the panelists, and we'll get the questions answered and get a response to you. And with that, I would like to again loud applause, if I could, for all of the panelists for outstanding presentations. A lot of very, very interesting information, and we thank you so much for sharing that with us. With that, we look forward to meeting you again in person. Failing that, we'll continue to try and meet with additional webinars. Thank you so much, all of you. Mario, I'm going to join you. Thanks so much. All the best.
Thank you.